Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm really excited for this video because I'm 22 months locked. That's crazy. So I thought I'll come and give you guys an update on my hair. Also give you guys a proper look at how my hair looks colored, because I realized the video that I recorded a few days ago about the whole hair dyeing process, I didn't give you guys a proper look at my locks and the results. So do that in this video. I'll be giving you an update on my postpartum hair loss, and I also did a Q&A on my Instagram, so I'll be answering those questions as well. Of course, I will start my lock update videos with a 360 of my locks so you can see how they're looking. If you did watch my hair dyeing fiasco, I was definitely not happy with how my bleach ends came out, so I ended up putting black hair dye on top of that. It didn't end up turning my hair color black, but just darker than what it was. But I find now my hair color has changed again, and I feel like the black is fading. So the tips that I really didn't like, the burnt orange looking tips, are back, and again I'm not liking it. So I'm thinking about coloring my hair again. And there's this one lock at the back, oh, it makes me sick. It's the brightest of them all. I'm glad it's at the back of my head, because if it was at the front, I'll be crying. I've also added some shells since the last time I did an update, and I just feel like the shells complete my locks and they just add a nice oomph to my outfits all the time. So, you know, I can't live without my shells. I also wanted to give you guys an update on my postpartum hair loss. I will be doing a video probably in 4 months to give you a more in-depth update and how it was for me, but I'll just give you a quick update in this video. If you didn't see my original video, I'll link it at the top. But this is what my bald patch is looking like. Oh, it looks so terrible when I look at it in the camera. It looks so obvious. In the mirror it doesn't look too bad, but when I go like that, Lord, it's so bad. And then on this side too, here, I find this side is growing back a lot more. So my hairline used to go across here more, like across there. So I'm missing a big patch. I don't know, you can sort of see the hairs growing back a little bit more than they are on this side. This side still looks clean. So yeah, it's messing up my hairline big time. So I have been like parting my hair in the middle a little bit and just letting it fall down like this to sort of cover up my edges. So last time I retwist and washed my hair. Last time I retwist is probably about 5 weeks ago. I'm trying to stretch it to 8 weeks. I'm almost there, at least I'm over halfway, so I'm proud about that. And I do feel like I'm not eager to get a retwist, although I would like to get my hair retwisted. I'm not too eager about getting a retwist. I feel like this time my retwist has stayed quite well. My edges have also stayed quite well. I don't know if that's because I interlocked them last time. If you haven't seen my previous lock update, then check that out, because I tell you about interlocking a few locks and why I interlocked them. The last time I washed my hair was also 5 weeks ago. Don't kill me. But just finding the time to wash my hair is difficult. And that's just one thing. I also need to find the energy to wash my hair. It's just not there. So I do want to wash my hair, but as I said, finding time and energy is a big factor. So that's the reason why I love my locks. They're just so low maintenance, and even if you don't retwist them often, they still look good. And I do love the look of messy locks, to be honest. Look at this look. One always wants to just show me up. Look at it. So I think that's the whole update I wanted to give you guys. Now I'm going to move on to the questions that I got from my Instagram. Okay, so one question I got is, how long did it take for my hair to fully lock? It took probably 8 to 9 months for my hair to fully lock, and I think how long your hair takes to lock is dependent on your hair texture. It's dependent on how often you retwist your hair, how you retwist your hair. Like interlocking your locks will form quicker than if you just palm roll your locks. Maybe the products you use and stuff like that. So it's different for everybody. So don't think because my hair took 8 to 9 months to lock, your hair will as well, or whatever. It's different for everybody. Just enjoy the process and you will be happy with your locks. Enjoy every stage as well, because now that my locks are fully formed, I do miss the stage where my hair was really frizzy. I miss the stage where my hair was a bit more flexible, because now my locks are quite stiff. So when I pull it up in one, it just sort of sticks up. Whereas when I had my starter locks, they were more flexible, so I could pull it in like a little bun if I wanted to. So yeah, every stage has its pros and cons, so just enjoy it for what it is. So if you do check out my Instagram, you can see the progress of my locks. So if you just scroll down all the way to the bottom, go to the bottom, you can see how my locks started out. Like this was in May, so November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's 6 months, and look how frizzy those locks are. That is crazy. And they're really, really thick. That's what I loved about my frizzy locks. They were so thick, and as they matured, they did get a lot thinner. Like my hair there is a hot mess, but my locks were so frizzy. And that was in June, so they're still frizzy in June. This picture is again from June, but I feel like they look a bit more mature, more compact, and not as frizzy. Let me see. This picture is from July. They're still quite thick, but just not as frizzy. And then as I keep going, they're a bit of frizz, still quite thick. This picture, I think, is where my locks really started to form, and that is in August. So yeah, around 9 months, I would say. So the next question I have is the dyeing process in general. The previous video to this video is how I dyed my hair, so check that out to find out the whole dyeing process. I also got a question on how I got my locks so thick. So if you saw my locks at the beginning, they were thin. They were like 2 millimeters thin. It's crazy how I've gotten these locks from the starter locks that I had. So how I got them thick, a lot of factors come into play. Again, I don't retwist. Well, I try not to retwist often, so the minimum amount of time that I'll leave before I retwist is 4 weeks. Another thing that I do to try and keep my locks thick is when I'm retwisting, I don't retwist the whole lock, so I don't palm roll all the way down the lock. I just do the root. That way the rest of my lock doesn't get that much tightening by palm rolling, so it just locks by itself. What else? The oils I use may play into it as well. So I use an oil mix for my scalp as well as my locks, the length of my locks, and I use avocado oil, almond oil, castor oil, and those are the 3 main ones that I use. I do switch up, and maybe I'll use grapeseed oil sometimes. I also got another question on how often I wash my hair. I would like to wash it every 4 weeks, but in reality I usually wash it every time I retwist. So if I stretch out my retwist for 8 weeks, I'll wash it just before I retwist it. I do try to wash it in between retwists when I do stretch it out. So I try to wash every 4 weeks and retwist every 8 weeks. But, you know, that's what I would like to do. But, you know, my schedule has other plans, basically. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and expect to see another dyeing video from me soon, because this bad hair month needs to be fixed. Bye guys, stay sweet.